Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Empowerment Reckless Podcast.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Empowerment Reckless. I'm Diamond. If you're just joining us, we have Ashley, Toya, and Radell. Today we're on episode 12, which is titled which is titled Blended. I'm sorry, it's blend. Oh my god, I don't even know the title.
Parenting in a
It's
blended
called.
family.
Can y'all help me out?
Parenting in a blended family.
Thank you. This conversation tonight.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. We definitely apologize for our delays. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, which is typically normal, but we're here now. You know, it's better to show up never than later. So we're here, so we're gonna just go ahead and get right in. How you doing tonight, ladies?
I'm good. This is a little fireball son of mine.
What's up, Dale?
Hey, I'm great. I'm great. I'm happy to be back with you guys. I miss y'all.
Yeah, we definitely miss you too. I'm sure these people are ready for to go ahead and get into these good old questions. So, Miss
We missed you
Latoya,
too.
Miss Latoya actually came up with the topic tonight, so we can go ahead and let her take the floor and go ahead and bring us in.
Okay, so parenting in a blended family. A blended family, if you ask, is um, stepchildren, bonus children, however you want to call them. Even if you guys are not married, and your boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, and you guys have kids as well. So to me, that will be a blended family as well. So one of the main things I know a lot of people like to discuss is the other parent disciplining the kid that is not biologically theirs. Disciplining can be anything from a timeout, a pop on the behind, going to the room, just that authoritative figure reprimanding a child for their disruptive behavior. So, how do you guys have any of you guys had a blended family to where the other parent has to discipline or anything like that?
Um, I do. I do. Well, to call yourself a family and you trust that individual around your kids, you will have to trust them to discipline your kids. Uh, of course, you want them to, if they're acting out, to what's the right word? To be able to tell them right from wrong. So your child may need a timeout, or you know, they might get a little sassy here and there. They may need that authority figure. Hey, you need to calm that down. You know, your mom or your father or whatever, don't play that. Don't do it with them. Don't do it with me. So you trust them to lead them around your kids. You trust them to be around you and your kids. Why can't they discipline them? Now, as far as the hitting thing, I don't believe in hitting my kids, but we do it like
I
to
like Rendell said, I feel like
Yeah, just to piggyback. So I'm gonna chime in because I think she's probably having some issues over there. But yeah, I don't necessarily agree with the popping, the beating, and things of that nature of the other kid. I feel like there are several different mechanisms that you can use, instead of having to put your hands on other people's children. I just feel like it becomes a lot more problems when you decide to put your hand on other people's children. So I just feel like as a parent, prior to you even getting to that stage, you should be able to have you first of all, you should have that communication amongst the kids and you as the adults first. You know what I mean? So before you even get to that stage, I feel like that's the first thing that needs to happen. Communication.
Definitely, communication is key. Another issue that probably blended families have is like the children feeling like they're being favored, like one kid is being favored than the other because this is my kid, I'm gonna do an extra little favoring than the other child. I just feel all kids should be treated equally. If you come into my family or we're coming into the family together and we have kids, they're going to be all of our kids. So treat them, fair and with equal respect. You can't just spoil one, and to me, you can't spoil one and not the other. If you're going to spoil one, then it needs to go for every child that is involved.
Yeah, I
Yes.
totally agree. And that's why I said that goes back to just really having that open discussion because a lot of parents, I'm not saying that you have to live for your kids, but a lot of parents they do get in relationships and don't kind of have a discussion like, hey, mommy and daddy is changing some things different. Me and mom and dad is not together anymore, but I am dating someone and this is like going to be your stepdad. Having that open dialogue with your partner and also your children goes a very long way. So it kind of alleviates and mitigates like any issues, you know what I mean? Because if notice a lot of issues like come between the children and teenagers because that's something new for them. They're just adapting to that. So they're like, what is this? They be so rebellious. It's silvery. It's rivalry between the siblings and things like that because it's something new for them. So I just feel like anybody that is getting into a new relationship should
Are they frozen?
Yes, I think they.
Oh, guys, we're having technical difficulties again. Excuse us. Both of them are totally frozen.
Oh wow! We do apologize in advance for them. Oh, they're coming back.
They coming back? You guys are frozen.
Okay.
Okay, Randall. So let's keep it going until they, get it together on that side.
I think we got Diamond.
I I had a stepmom. I
I'm
actually
here.
had two, but my first stepmom, I was real younger. I was probably like 10, but I don't think I got in trouble enough for her to discipline me. Because I mostly I did live with my mom, but my grandparents, so I rarely went over to her house with my dad. But I don't even think she had the opportunity to discipline me. And then my other stepmom, I didn't even call my stepmom, and I was a grown woman by the time she got around. So therefore she wasn't disciplining nothing. Okay.
Okay, so how I feel about blended families, I believe that family is everything. Um, I always had a blended family. I never saw my mom and dad together. It was always I'm always over here, I'm always over there. Hey, it was just that. So I had the best of both worlds. I had a family here, family there. I grew up with a blended family. So I know how it feels to have four sets of everything. I had mom, I had a stepmom, I had a stepdad, I had step grandparents, step great grandparents. I had it all. So family is very important, and getting to know the kids and talking to the kids and how they feel and communicating is very important. Is very important. Getting to know the other parent is very important, and getting to know their parenting skills is important too. The child's dislikes, their triggers is very important. The things that they like, um, how their household is ran is important, because you kind of want to stay on track with how their household is ran, because when they go back home, it's challenging to the other parent to, okay, I was there at my father's house for a week, then I got to go back to my mom's house, and it now is completely different, and that's challenging for my mom to get me back on bedtime.
Right. Gotta undo what you
I
did over
gotta
there.
undo this, and I gotta do it. And by the time us moms undo what the dad's done, it's time for them to go, our kids to go back over dad's house, and like all this work. So it's best to be able to communicate with the other parent and the other step parents and the blended family, so you can come on one accord, so you can work together with the kids. So
True.
it's no confusion, no none of that going on, so everybody can be happy, and the kids can see that, oh, my mom, my dad, my stepmom, my stepfather, everybody can come together for my sake. We can go to family functions together, we can go to school functions together, and it won't be no drama.
Very true.
Hmm. Are
Ashley?
y'all back, or they still frozen? It looks like
I,
Diamond.
I lost connection, so I don't even know where we picked up at.
Also, Randall was just explaining how she felt about, blended families, and things to that nature, just getting along. That, because that is very true. Everybody should get along so everybody can, enjoy the family functions, go to the school things, and not just one side. Oh, well, my dad can't come because my mom don't like my stepmom. Type of thing going on.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's really
And
hard.
it's really interesting because younger kids do it often, but I have seen it in like teenagers where they often don't like the step parent. I don't know what it is about it. It's like teenagers are so rebellious, and I think because they're like set in their ways and maybe have like resentment to the other parent due to it not being their actual father or mother. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's like, like I said, to piggyback off of earlier, just having that open dialogue with the child and saying things are going to be different, but you also can't really force that on the child. You have to actually talk to them, and not expect for that child just to have a complete understanding, because you got to understand they have feelings as well, towards the situation about you dating a new partner or having a new, married, or however you want to classify it.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You always want to include the child in
Yep.
everything you do. Include them in everything. All the little family
Hmm.
functions, the little gatherings, even the little things you do at home with your other kids, your
Yep.
biological kids. Include them. Include them. Even if they're
Agreed.
not at your house at that moment, hey, call your daughter, call your son, see if they want to come over and do such and such with us. Include them, make them feel like they matter in your family.
Well,
So do
I
you?
got a very popular question that I ask always, but
Stop saying it.
when it comes to a blended family, who do you guys feel should come first?
What you mean?
When it comes to a blended family, who do you think should come first? Like, the difference is with the marriage, right? they just say it's a man and a woman. They don't have any kids. They have children inside. That's their biological kids. You know what is the saying when it comes to a marriage? Who comes first?
They say
Say it.
that they say that your significant other supposed to come first, but
Hmm.
my kids come first. To me,
Right.
my kids come first always, and that's my number one. My kids come first in everything. My kids come first. And my relationships, my marriage, my everything. My kids come first.
So in the blended family, take that same matter. So who your kids is going to always come first too, right?
I would
Yes.
say all the kids come first.
Yeah. All the kids, not just my kids. All the kids. His kids, my kids, all the kids.
Mm. So then when that situation works that way, when the kids come first, how are you considering partner with your spouse if the kids are going to come first? Because you got to have that understanding and partnership with your spouse on a lot of different things. So how are you just going to say that the kids are going to be the ones that come first? Because suppose something transpires in the relationship and it's amongst the kids, but you're saying that the kids come first and your partner doesn't.
It depends on what transpired. It depends on what,
I'm trying to think of a really good scenario that I
because
can use.
we're dealing with kids here, so we know
Right?
how
No,
kids'
because
mind.
I just feel like you and the partner are the foundation to the relationship. So
That
y'all
is
have to make
true.
sure that y'all are solid enough to make sure that everything goes smooth for the kids. You know what I mean? Because we know that sometimes you get into these blended relationships, and honestly, I don't call kids devil, but you might have that kid that just cry on their mother or father intelligence. Oh, well, she did this to me. She did that to me. So now, while you're saying that, oh, I'm believing the kid or all these situations, now you got a whole whirlwind.
That's why I said we're dealing with kids here.
Mm,
So we got to know kids. We got to
right.
think about these are still
Right.
kids, and we know how the kids operate. And we got to think about, oh, this is my child too. And
I
now
know
Mm,
how my
we got
child
to think,
operates.
yeah, I know how my child operates, and we got to think like do some investigation. So
mm,
I'm not gonna put it past my child that, okay, I'm gonna give you a scenario. A little girl saying, "Oh, my stepfather touched me" or something like that. Stop. Wait a minute, right now. That's gonna be doing some investigation. I'm not gonna
mm,
brush that off. I'm not gonna say my child's lying, and I'm not gonna just believe him and say that he did not do that. No, I'm doing some investigation first of all.
mm.
I might snap the hell off, but
But
no,
you investigating on both
I'm
ends to figure out.
investigating on both
Mm,
ends. I'm
mm.
investigating on both ends.
So when those situations transpire, and I mean, it's kind of gets so tricky because it's like it this man, your child may have lied to you and said these things to you, and now your partner, you have either got upset with your partner. How do you handle that? Like, what do you do if the kid has honestly told a lie on your partner, and it's like you're
If
in this blended family? How do you handle that situation?
that type of lie, like that's very deep, and that type of lie, like
You would have to ask the kid why did they even think
yeah,
to,
you,
say that. But to me, when it's just me. If any kid come and talk about anybody is touching me,
it's something else
I'm
going on.
it's as an adult in my head, I'm going guns blazing down. I don't care if in the end I'm wrong. I did my part to figure out that I was wrong.
Yeah,
I'll give my apologies afterward, but a kid is telling me somebody is touching them. It's hard for me to believe just like, oh, a kid can come up with that and make that up because they mad. But hey, some kids do. But I'm going to take
some
it to
kids
heart
do
and
it. I
figure
mean,
it
I
out.
might be behind bars
Mhm.
after when the truth come out. If my kid lying, I might be behind bars. But
It's just something that's. I mean, it's people
that's,
have to play
that's
stuff out because I'm going to take a kid's word if they tell me somebody is touching them. Because if
You,
I don't, and then I find out that it is true, then I'm going to. I'm not going to be able to deal with myself. If it's not true in the end, then hey, we'll figure that out when we get there. But I did my part to figure it out.
you remember? I think it was a story. It was a story on social media when that girl and the guy had allegedly touched her, and they went to court. I think it was about 3 weeks ago, and then she came back on live and did like a public apology. I don't remember her name, but it was like she was like, "Well, yeah, my son told me that he got touched by the guy, and then it was like, um, it was a whole lie." But she had to make an apology. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know.
and then like I said, it's good to have a communication with the kids. Like talk to your kids about everything. Like I
Right.
have all boys. I talk to them about everything. My son, my baby, he goes to his father's house. He come back telling me everything. He could tell me everything. His father had a whole conversation on the phone. He could tell me everything, and I don't even ask him what's going on or what you do. He come back just telling me everything. Like have an open communication with your kids. Let your kids know
Mhm.
that it's okay to talk. There ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you if you come back home talking either.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very I mean, my son, he's older. He's 14, but still at this age, I don't like to have a lot of people around him, and I'm very, picky and very observant who he's around.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, with those kids.
You
So
have to be
definitely.
because people could let their kids do something that you don't let your kids do,
yeah.
and
Mhm.
and they go over there and start doing what the other kids are doing.
Hmm.
Right.
So do you guys like to call like your because growing up I had a stepdad, but I never called him stepdad. He was just dad, and his my granny, which was my step granny, we just call her granny. So there was no step in our language for when it came to us.
Mhm.
And my grandma treated my sisters and then grandma treated me like I was my dad's child, and my
Mhm.
grandparents treated my sister and them like they were my dad's children.
Mhm. But
That
that's
that's
that should be a given. That's a
right,
unity thing. Like when you say you going to be blended to a marriage, relationship, it becomes one. It's no more I, my, it's us. You know what I'm saying? It's us, we, all those type of things. It's not no, oh well, we're gonna be separate. I'm bringing you around all my family. I'm not just separating you. Oh, I'm taking Timmy to his aunt house today, and no, mm-mm,
Yeah.
right,
no.
When I go out to buy, I buy for all the kids, not just
right,
my kids, not just your kids. The kids. That means every
Right.
last all of them. When we go on vacation, family, the entire family, us and the kids, not my kids, not your kids, the kids, all of
Mm-hmm.
them. So
Right.
yeah, when I'm making trips, what the kids gonna eat, what we're gonna do with the kids this weekend, not
Mm-hmm.
just my kids or your kids. Nah, it should be us, we.
Mm-hmm.
Totally
And
right.
and I have been in situations where it's like there has been like favoritism shown, and I used to be like, like you either have kids coming around, like just say Christmas time, and you got three other kids. A lot of people have a different outlook on this. They say things like, you know, if if the aunt comes around, she only has to bring, like one of your kids something. I don't agree with that. Like, I don't agree with that.
Mm.
Right. Get all the kids something. Period. Like I don't know. I just hate favoritism when it comes to kids.
Right.
I
I
just
mean, even if you got them a watered down toy, something different, you know what I mean? Like something. I ain't saying you got to get something extravagant, but just something different. You know what I mean? Now, birthdays. I definitely say that should be separate. Like you should be celebrating each child birthday separately. The other children shouldn't be getting any gifts.
Yeah. I feel like it's no favoritism should be going around, period, point blank. I don't care which child was first or which mom was there in the midst, which grandma liked the baby mama first, or who baby mama was
Hmm.
first, or who baby daddy was first, which child was there first, who the oldest, or none of that. Like no favoritism should be shown at all.
Right.
No matter who, what, when, and who child is it. Everybody should be treated equally.
Hmm. So why do y'all think that some blended families fail? Like what's most of the major like four just give me four reasons why they fail.
blended families. I feel like one of the parents or the ex can be bitter, still mad. That they had got a divorce or whatnot. Um, the kids. You're one of the sides of the kids that can be too disrespectful. You try to talk, you try to find a way to, get respect from the kids, and they're just way too disrespectful you to stay in the relationship.
Mm,
Yeah.
I think um, it's hard to explain. I think the challenges are how long a person takes to.
Can you repeat the question? What was the question?
Say that again.
I was asking what was the question. I didn't
I said,
catch it.
yeah, I said, why do blended families sometimes fail? Like, what are the major issues that why they sometimes fail?
Okay, like I was saying, I think they fail because the biggest thing, the communication on both parties.
Hmm.
On
I
both
agree.
parties,
Yeah.
they can't communicate. Someone has to be the bigger person,
Hmm.
and no one wants to step up and be the bigger person and say,
Right.
"Hey, let all this drama, let all this other side stuff go. It's about these kids. It's about our new relationship. Let's make our family or whatever work." You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Let's try this. No one wants to do that.
No, they don't want to work together.
No
Other
one wants.
issues is like, yeah, right. They don't want
I
to
was
work together, and I feel like some of the major issue could be like differences in the past of how each other parent. You may do something that may be a red flag to the other person, and it has now triggered that person, like, no, why did you do that? You shouldn't have done that. But again, like I said, if you don't have that communication before you get in a relationship and you happen to have these issues transpire, the other person is not going to know that played a major effect on you. You know what I'm saying? For example, I'll use yelling at a kid. The other parent may be fine with yelling at a kid, but the other parent may have come from a household where all they knew was yelling. So they don't like to yell in their household at all. So if they have a major difference between those issues in the past and they haven't kind of come to, amends with that, that can cause a major, issue between the relationship.
Hmm. And like Toya said, like bitterness.
Mm-hmm.
Um, bitterness can really play a big part um, in the relationship with the new parent, with the old parent, no old parents, with the new parent, with the new parent,
Mm-hmm.
and the biological parents.
Mm-hmm.
Bitterness can really play a big part.
And they can turn it to, spew it on to the kids. That's, a lot talking bad about the other parent to the kid is
Right.
a definitely
Mm-hmm.
no to me. Like, why are y'all putting these kids in adult business? Like, really grind that really grinds my gears. I hate when people do that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why are you even getting my kid involved in what we got going on? They
Yeah.
don't know. No, they don't know.
Hmm. That's because that's an immature person. I don't care what nobody says. At the end of the day, you lay down with that man or that woman. So respect them at all costs. If they dogging you, you don't have to be like them. Just respect them at all costs. I don't understand why guys or females decide that, hey, I'm going to badmouth your mother when you're not around. Like that's not showing any character at all. That's the most disrespectful thing that you can do to a child. Like it's so confusing. Like, dang, my mom, and then you wondering, like, like, yeah, your mom is a bitch. Simple. What? What? How is your kid knowing this about? How is your kid knowing that because you have called this woman out of her name several times? Like your child shouldn't even know that.
Mhm.
Your child shouldn't even know that. But we always, like I always tell people, you have to be mindful of what you are instilling in these kids. These kids are like sponges. Everything that they hear, they're gonna repeat it and bring it back to them. I heard daddy say this about you, mommy. Mommy, I heard daddy say this about you. It's crazy. But that's why I always say,
And then if the
starting
parent
into
goes
a blended
back.
family, I feel like that's why you should both have a parenting plan of, how things are going to be. Y'all should have that open dialogue. I don't even care about even bringing you, the new spouse, everybody on one accord. That's okay, because y'all have to have a parenting plan when it comes to these kids. I mean, that's including visitation, all those different things, because things are going to shift. You know what I mean?
Definitely true. And then that makes matters worse because the kids is gonna go back and tell the other parent. The other parent gonna
Exactly.
call the parent, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh no, he's lying." So where they get it from? And now it's just a big more chaos because that's what you said, and now you're not gonna tell the truth because you're going, I just say don't bring kids into it.
Right.
The better the communication, the better everybody will be. Y'all got to get over that bitterness and
Hmm.
just do it for the kids. That's
Right.
like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett family. His first wife, his first son's mom. They're all together. Like they go on
Hmm.
family vacations together. Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys and his first wife.
Hmm.
And people think it's so weird, but it's not weird
Because they
because
used
everybody
to
is on
the
one accord.
drama. They used to the
Yeah.
drama. They
Yeah,
used
Yeah.
to drama. Like,
Hmm.
nah, it don't have to
it don't
be
have to
that
be. We
way.
don't
Yeah.
have to be
It's
arguing.
it's not normal. It's not normal because it's healthy. Anything that's healthy is never going to be normal to society. I mean, that's just the truth. It doesn't matter the circumstances. If it's healthy, don't nobody want to listen to that. But as soon as you talk about some crazy stuff that's going on, everybody is on it.
Everybody
Everybody.
chimes in on it. Everybody
Right.
knows about it. Everybody's talking about it. Everything.
Exactly. So yeah.
And that even goes with like, if you're not married or anything, but your child's father has other kids,
Hmm.
I would like to be on court with all of the other children mother because I'm the type of one, hey, can I pick up the kids today? Because I'm taking my child to so and so, and I would want, that's how I am. But Never works out like that. So they always want to be catty and fight. You don't need to fight me, man. I don't want none of
Mm-hmm.
that. I just want to pick up the kids.
Right.
I don't want to argue. I just want to pick up the kids and drop them back off because I would like for them to spend time with their brother. That's it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's always the other woman's fault anyway, because we had the baby. But you never blame the man.
Mm-hmm.
You
They
never
get off
blame the
scot
man.
free with everything.
It's always us. Never blame the man. They get along with the man perfectly fine, but
Mm-hmm.
I know
Always.
I didn't create this baby by myself
Right.
now. But hey,
She was
But but
problematic
what
after
what
two
about
days.
the parents? What about the families that have a toxic mindset partner? Like how are you going against that?
a toxic mindset partner.
Like the other parent.
Yeah. So just say I'm married to Tina. Me and Tina are married, and another person comes into the picture, which is the father or whoever the case may be. But Tina is a toxic partner. And the father is just like, I listen, I don't care what you do with your life, but this person is like really draining you and your kid. Like, how would you handle that situation? If you've been in that marriage for like 7 years plus, how do you handle that? Because we all know some toxic marriage mindset marriages. We all do. How do you handle that situation if you're this blended family, but this person is just no good? But it's playing a toll on your child, your child that stays with the biological mother.
My child would. I would have to stop my child from going over there. If it's affecting my kids, then I have to do what's in the best interest for my kid.
But the
Period.
kid
I
don't
don't
stay
think
with you.
my kid don't stay with me.
No, the kid doesn't stay with you. It stays the kid stays with the other partner. The kid don't stay with you. They don't stay with you at all. You just get them on weekends, and based on custody, you get them on the weekends on certain holidays. They don't stay with you. So how are you? What would you do?
Oh, I'm going to go to the course or whatever I have to do to get full custody of my child to get them out that household if I
So you
feel
would ha-
that.
you would have to prove it. How are you going to prove it?
You can document, you can record conversations, you can, anything that your child tells you, or anything that your child's other parent tells you, because I'm pretty sure y'all have conversations. That's for you. That's how you know that it's a toxic relationship or whatever going on. Your 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 child has to come home telling you things. Your child has to be stressed about something for you to know that it's no good for your child. So it has to take a good toll on your child in some
Mm.
way. So now these days that the court has guardian ad litem, the court has different mechanisms that can look deeper into that household to find out what's going on.
But do you think that that's a lot of pressure on the kid, like taking them through all of that? Because we all know that divorce plays a major part on a lot of kids. It doesn't matter if it's the blended family, it doesn't. What's that?
Some more technical difficulties.
Today has been rough. Today today has been rough. Today, y'all are getting the good and the bad. The real raw rugged podcast today. Just wait.
Are we back?
Listen, y'all getting everything. Y'all getting the rawness. Like we not even,
Diamond,
at
are you there yet? Say something, Diamond. She look like she there, but she just.
I'm here, but it's my
Yeah.
it's so delayed. Like y'all are far away.
listen,
Okay.
listen. We are not perfect. I just want to make you guys aware of that because everybody want to be perfect. We not
No
perfect.
one's
We have technical
perfect.
difficulties. We are, we going through these things, but it's okay. I promise you guys, just bear with us and work with us on these. But we never experienced any of these issues at all. Like
Not at all.
never, never.
See, I told
So
you guys.
yeah, but it's okay. We here. We good.
That
We
sounded
good.
like a fire alarm.
I don't even know where that came from. I don't even know where that came from.
Oh my god, that sounds like a fire alarm.
I was like, what is that? Yeah, but back into it. But I was just saying, isn't that a lot of pressure on the kids, when it comes to getting the courts involved because, you know, that's stressful. That's very stressful.
I always just say I say Phil do what's the best interest of the kids because to me the kids is always going to matter.
Right.
I'm not going to say like the adults come second,
Mm-hmm.
but to me the little kids come first. Like they're defenseless. What
Mm-hmm.
can they do? They're to me kids are little, especially little kids. They're defenseless. So you
Yeah.
always have to make sure they're protected
Right,
and
but
safe.
you do got to make sure they're protected, but you also got to make sure they're mental because a lot of things, kids, their biggest peak stage of learning is 3 to 5. You know what I mean? So a lot of that stuff that they seeing at a young age, it takes a toll on them. You know what I mean? So
Right.
you got to also make sure their mental is because a lot of parents be like, "Oh, she's fine, he's fine," but truth of the matter is, you really want to put them in some therapy to get their mind together, so they'll be, therapy will help them just so they'll understand what's going on.
True. That's why if you can do those and handle those situations, handle it not in front of them. Handle it
Right,
quietly.
without having to get the courts and stuff involved.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
with the adults.
Right.
Yeah.
So when and since we're talking about blended families, you guys are either in relationships or have been in relationships. What are your 5 top questions that you ask a partner before getting in a relationship with them? Especially with if they don't have kids and if they do have kids. What are your 5 top questions?
Do you like kids? Do you want any more kids?
I'm listening.
Oh, I thought y'all was frozen again. Do you like kids? Do you want any more kids? Um, how do you handle, difficult
Who
situations
would
with
you call if
kids?
there's an emergency? Like
Oh, she's back.
Oh, she done rose. Oh my God,
She's
she's back
back.
in the building. She's back.
What?
I've been here. I just been trying to keep up.
Oh,
Oh.
Like you, here you go, delayed again. So
yeah. Toya.
Um, now that I have a child, um, I would be like, what's some of your stresses? I have a child. He's a 1 year old. Does crying aggravate you? Like things like that. Because before I had a child, I hated crying. I hated unnecessary noise. It was just to me. I couldn't stand it.
Do you like to
Now
get
I have
blinked?
now I have unnecessary noise. So, now I have crying. So you gotta ask those questions because crying could I could get a man and crying could trigger that, and I'm at work and he watching the baby, and because he crying all day, he try to punch my son, beat my son to stop the crying. Those are like real life questions you gotta ask. Like what do you party a lot? Do you like to smoke? Like what do you do in your spare time? You
Mhm.
know, hey, if you smoke, you do that, but that can't be around my child. Do you get
Mhm.
too drunk? Do you black out? We have a child in the home, so
Mhm.
I need to know.
And truth of
Another
the
one of
matter
my
is,
questions
go
is,
ahead.
do you like to get bullied? Because
Huh?
they like a bully. Yeah, you know, I have to
Bullets?
bullied, bullied,
Oh, bullied.
bullied. You know, my age gaps. I have a 15-year-old, a
Mhm.
8-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
Okay,
33.
right. Oh, okay.
No, he ain't three. He 5. I forgot, y'all. He 5.
I
And he
feel like
like
you
to
can
prank
ask those
people.
questions, but you
They like
know,
to prank
you
people.
don't even you really don't know. I mean, because people lie, they put on facades. Like you can ask those questions. Oh yeah, I'm good with kids. I'm great with, you know what I mean. Like, oh, your kid gonna be good with me,
Come
and
back.
then Lord forbid,
Your
like
kids have one
we
strand of
know,
hair.
right? We know situations where women get into a situation and like, it's Lord, it's sad that the kids, either get hurt or something like that because that person is not who they say they are. You know what I mean? Like I always say, this is my motto.
Yes.
How you treat the waiter, I pay attention to. So if you disrespect the waiter, that's how you gonna treat me.
If
That's
you
period. Because
disrespect
there's
your
no
mama,
reason,
you gonna
right? There's
disrespect
no
me.
reason why you should be disrespecting the way. Like, what is your issue? Like, I'm confused.
Especially when they handling your food too.
Right. So I just feel like you got to pay attention to things like that. That's why I was telling Dale before we came on the podcast. I was just like, you got to pay attention to how people react, like under pressure. Are they stressed out? How are they responding? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how you can before a person even telling you, oh, I do this, I do that. Like I always say, words lie, actions lie, but consistent patterns don't. I'm paying attention to how
Right.
you really reacting under pressure. You know what I mean? So if you on some type of situation where you like, oh, I'm frustrated, I need to go smoke a cigarette. Oh well, that's an issue every single time. Like, no, I don't think this is
That's
gonna work.
not.
Like, no. Mm-mm.
No.
And it's crazy because, like Toy said, about the kids, the noise and stuff. I actually feel like I'm not normal when I don't have the noise in the house. I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's so quiet because I enjoy the noise. Now, when they get to screaming and I hear stuff breaking, I'm already like, sit your ass down. Why are y'all making all that noise? Like, that's ridiculous. But like, just them being
Any
loud
loud
and
noise, I used to be, hey, cut it out.
I feel like no noise is something going on. Wait a minute.
right.
No. No
they get
noise.
they
It's
get
too
a they get a
quiet.
certain octave. I'm like,
What
all
y'all
that, cut it
planning?
out, cut it out. Y'all talking too high, too loud. Not bring it down a notch.
I feel like they planning and plotting. Y'all too quiet. Y'all planning and plotting.
But
What y'all got
Exactly.
going on?
even loud noise still. My friend she has like 4 kids, and 2 of them came. Saint is already loud, so he's loud by himself. They was loud. I was like, mm-mm. And my friend already know. She be like, "Oh, y'all messing with TT time. She don't like too much loud noise. You already, you already know it."
It don't bother me. It don't. I need the noise. I know y'all
Right.
still there. Y'all ain't killed each other. Y'all not hurt. Give me all the noise. Give me the noise. Y'all too quiet. Something wrong. Y'all done did something to each other. Please
Right.
give me the noise.
So I'm gonna ask a question before we head out, and then after that, Toya can kind of bring us out for the night. My last question for the night is: what is your expectations of a step parent?
What are your expectations of what?
Of a step parent?
I would just say treat my kid. If you have kids, even if you don't, treat my kid like you would treat your kid. Treat my kid like a human being. Help me grow the family. Help me take care of this family, and help me protect this family.
Yes, absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Definitely agree. You gotta treat mine like you do your own kids. You know what I mean? Like if I'm coming home late from a night shift, you should be able to be having all those kids in the bed. Like it shouldn't be waiting until I'm coming home to want to say, hey, I'm gonna wait till your mom get home. No, you need to have those kids in the bed. Act like it's not no step. You're gonna be the parent. You know what I mean? Just drop the step. You know what I mean? Because the family needs unity. So at the end of the day, it's not no step. You're gonna play
You're a
the role
parent
as a parent.
regardless.
You're not
Yeah.
right. You're not taking place of the other parent. You the parent as well. It takes a village.
I
That's how
like
I feel.
the
So at the end of the day,
I
act,
like what
act like if
Jada
I'm there.
I like what Jada and Will call uh what they came up with a bonus mom. I like that
Hmm.
stand instead of a step parent. They're bonus
Yeah.
mom or bonus father instead of that
Hmm.
step mom and dad. I like the bonus because that's a extra parent. It's an extra parent. That's it.
Right, extra parent.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
extra
it's just
parent.
bonus. You have an extra
Hmm.
mom or
It's
extra
just right.
dad,
Just
extra
extra
No,
love.
kid.
it's
Like
extra love. If I
extra
ever have
love.
a stepdaughter or a stepson, I don't want them to call me mommy or
Hmm.
stepmom. Call me by my name, and I'm going to show you as much love and love you as much as I love my own kids.
Oh,
And,
that's great. Why
treat.
why why not say why not say mom and dad? Because I heard that often. Why not say mom or dad?
Because I'm not taking the place of their
I'm
mother.
not taking the place of your mommy.
But
You
sometimes some kids are just
If you
comfortable with
wanna, if you
saying that.
wanna call me, if you wanna
Yeah.
call me your mommy, that's up to you. But I'm not taking the place. I will never take the place of your mommy. I can't take the place of your mommy. You have
Mm.
your own love. You and your mommy have your own love for each other. I can never take the place of your mommy. If you want to call me your mommy, that's fine. I have no problems with that. But I'm not gonna just direct say, "Oh, call me mommy." No,
Like,
Hmm.
what?
no.
Are you mom? You ain't my mama no way.
Exactly. You ain't my mama.
Right.
Kid is quick to say that. You ain't my mom. You ain't my dad. And I'm
Okay,
like, I know.
I know that. So no, you can call me first name basis if you want to. You can call me your mommy.
So today was a great discussion on blended families. Like I said, y'all tonight, y'all got a piece of everything. Frozen people, Mike sounded like fire alarms, but we still came and gave it to y'all. Um, please make please make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and what else do we have? Um, YouTube. Go subscribe so you can watch all the shows. We are on Spotify. We're on app, Apple Podcasts, Ashley.
Yes.
Apple Podcasts. You can drop us a line, comment, let us know what you like, let us know what you don't like, give us topics. Yeah, so you guys have a great night. We will be more prepared tomorrow with this technology stuff because today was
Yeah.
loose. Okay,
And let me
guys.
piggyback. I mean, she didn't drop those handles for you guys. So the handles is
Oh,
empowerment_reckless podcast. Email is info at empowermentrecklesspodcast.com. Any topics, any ideas you want us to bring up, we definitely can discuss it. But with on that note, guys, like I always say, y'all have a blessed and safe night. And thanks for tuning in to episode 12. We will see you guys on Saturday. Thank you. Have a good night.
good night.